Morning everyone, our viewers in our YouTube account in DPWH Lanao. This morning, we will be conducting the weekly conference of the following project 26 PF 0049, 26 PF 0050. The previous conference is conducted pursuant to R8 009 under section 41. This requires preparing entity to conduct previous conference, mainly discuss and clarify and explain about the eligibility requirements, technical component, and financial component. Among others, it includes also the discussion of activities in awarding of contract once project is bid. Importantly, this is the right time for discussion from the prospective bidders before the opening of bid. But before we formally start this review conference, may we have first our silent prayer, after which is the roll call of the attendees by PAC Secretariat Engineer Mihaya Sabi.
Good morning, everyone. For the attendees of this 3D conference, from the BAC members, Hamjani Magayti, BAC chairperson present, Fatima Haji Ali, BAC regular member present, Merjihan Makabando, BAC provisional member present, History in Hamila Samito, and Procurement present. Sarikudin Blanco, head BAC
Present.
Amira Jamil, member BAC secretary.
Present.
Abdul Madid Amayarumag, member BAC PDB.
Present.
Elizabeth Anesia, member BAC secretary.
Present.
Najir Haji Yasir, member BAC PDB.
Present.
Fairuza Ibrosmo, member BAC secretary.
Present.
Farhana Bayas, member BAC PDB. Present. Surabagi, member BAC secretary. Then Mihaya Sarit, member BAC secretary.
Present.
Naima Susbari, member BAC secretary.
Present.
Natel Quinones, member BAC secretary.
Present.
And Charlie Lalim naman BAC provisional.
Present.
That's all for the attendance.
Thank you. Since the BAC member is in forum, we may now start to discuss the following. Contract data, technical and financial proposal, eligibility requirements, and awarding of contract by the DPWH and Secretariat. We may start.
Good morning, everyone. The DPWH Lanao Del Norte Second District Engineering Office, through its Bids and Awards Committee, now invites bids for the following works. First project, 2060-0049, Bridge Program-Rehabilitation, Major Repair of Permanent Bridges, Butadon Bridge, P00969 MN along Linamon-Zamboanga Road, Phase 2. Located at Kapatagan, Lanao Del Norte, and these are the following scope of works: facilities for the engineer, other general requirements, earthworks, bridge construction. The amount of the approved budget for the contract is 14,167,429 and centavos, and the cost of the bidding document is 15,000 pesos with a contract duration of 96 calendar days. Moving on to the next project, with contract ID number 26PF0050, Bridge Program Rehabilitation or Major Repair of Permanent Bridges, Lanao Bridge, P00964 MN along Linamon-Zamboanga Road, Phase 2. Located at Lala, Lanao Del Norte, and these are the following scope of works: facilities for the engineers, other general requirements, earthworks, and bridge construction. The amount of the approved budget for the contract is 9,918,245.35 and the cost of the bidding document is 10,000 pesos and a contract duration 88 calendar days. That's all for the contract data.
So any modification to the bidding document shall be identified as an amendment. Request for clarification on any part of the bidding documents or for an interpretation must be in writing and submitted to the back of the procuring entity concerned at least 10 calendar days before the deadline set for the submission and receipt of bids. The BAC shall respond to the said request by issuing a bid bulletin or bid supplemental duly signed by the BAC chairperson to be made available to all those who have properly secured the bid docs at least 7 calendar days before the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids, and shall be posted in Philjips, conspicuous place in the premises of the procuring entity on the department website and or social media platforms of the procuring entity. A reminder, all prospective bidders are encouraged to inspect the site and took geotag photos of it before the procurement process. So this is the vicinity map and geotag photos of the project 26 KF 0049. From Kapatagan Municipal Hall, it would take 4 minutes ride from the site, which is approximately 2.2 kilometers. This is also the vicinity map and geotag photo of the 26 KF 0050 project. From Lala Municipal Hall, it will take 5 minutes ride from the site, which is approximately 4.4 kilometers. Bill of quantities of the 26 KF 0049. Shown also is the bill of quantities of the contract ID 26 KF 0050. The minimum work experience requirements for key personnel are follows for the project 26 KF 0049 and 26 KF 0050. On the other hand, for the minimum equipment required, these are the minimum equipments required to complete the project 26 KF 0049 and 26 KF 0050. Shown also is the typical traffic signages layout for 26 KF 0049 and 26 KF 0050. Shown is the approved DD. As per the readiness of the contract, shown are the approved detailed engineering design plan and program of work for 26 KF 0049. And this also the approved DD for the project 26 KF 0050. The general elevation for 26 KF 0049. And this is for 26 KF 0050. Shown also is the steel finger expansion joint for 26 KF 0049 and 26 KF 0050. We require all contractors doing business in our department to be registered with the DPWH CWR system as per DEO 51 series of 2010. Always monitor and update your documents. Expired CPA files will affect your eligibility results. make it a habit to attach your Class A and Class B documents for your advantage. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission. You may be allowed to submit its eligibility requirements electronically with certification under oath as to the correctness of the statements made and completeness and authentic of documents submitted. Link for online submission is shown. Electronic bids _ Lanao Del Norte 2 at dpwh.gov.ph.
Submission and receipt of bids. As per section 54, submission and receipt of bids. Bidders shall submit their bids through the respective duly authorized representatives using the forms specified in the bid docs in 2 separate sealed bid envelopes and which shall be submitted simultaneously. The first shall contain the technical components of the bid, including the eligibility requirements under section 52 of the IRR, and the second shall contain the financial component of the bid. The first bid envelope shall contain the following technical documents. First, we have PhilGIPS, Certificate of Registration, which is a platinum membership. Second is the PCAB license, Statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, Statement of SLCC, NFCC computation, GBA and PCAB special license if applicable, bid security in prescribed form, amount and validity period, project requirements which shall include the following: organizational chart for the procurement projects to be bid, list of contractors' personnel, list of contractors' major equipment unit which are owned, leased, or under purchase agreements, supported by a proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be. Next is the omnibus sworn statement in accordance with section 54.3 of this IRR, which is now 1 to 11. Sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficial ownership. And then additional requirements for corporations, the latest general information sheets or the GIS reflecting the beneficial ownership information or the BOI duly received by the SEC. Lastly, for project costing more than 30 million, ISO 9001:2015 certification is required. And then the second bid envelope shall contain the financial document as specified in the Philippine bidding documents. First is the financial bid form. It must be in accordance with the prescribed form. Second is the duly signed bid prices in the BOQ, duly signed detailed estimates, including summary sheets indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bids. These are the standard forms that will be used. The bid form, the standard form for the bid form, standard form for cash flow by quarter, bid securing declaration, bid security under Rule 7, Section 56 and 57 of RA 12009. Bid and bid security validity period is 120 calendar days from the date of opening of bids. Should it become necessary to extend the validity of the bids and its securities, the procuring entity shall request in writing all those who submitted bids for such extension before the expiration date thereof. Shown is the standard form for organizational chart, standard form for list of personnel, standard form for list of equipments, standard form for omnibus sworn statement, which is item 1 to 11, sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficial ownership. This procurement process shall be using the LCRB or the lowest calculated responsive bid for this procurement process. The box shall check the submitted documents of each bidder against a checklist of required document to ascertain if they are all present during the using non-discretionary pass or fail criterion as stated in the instruction to the bidder. The box shall be the EBC rather shall be the upper limit or ceiling for acceptable bid prices. If a bid price as evaluated and calculated in accordance with this IRR is higher than the EBC, the bidder submitting the same shall be automatically be disqualified. The BOC shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids using non-discretionary criteria in considering the following. First is the completeness of the bid, and second is the arithmetical correction. Bid shall be ranked in ascending order of their total calculated bid prices as evaluated and corrected for computation, errors, and other bid modification to identify the LCB. The total calculated bid prices as evaluated and corrected for computational errors and other bid modification which exceed the ABC shall be disqualified. For post-qualification, within 5 calendar days from the receipt by the bidder of the notice from the bank that the bidder has the LCB, the bidder shall submit all the eligibility documents supporting its PhilJIP certificate of registration, which is platinum membership, its latest income and business tax returns filed for the preceding quarter, which should not be earlier than 2 quarters from the date of submission or receipt of bids, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the bidding documents like tax clearance, mayor's permit, DTI, or SEC. Further, prospective bidders should not be included in the blacklisted contractors of the GPPB. And moreover, for technical requirements, key personnel or minimum required work requirements should be satisfied. Availability and commitment of major construction equipment as per DEO 58 series of 2012. Performance in ongoing government and private contracts as per DEO 127 series of 2018. And lastly, for the financial requirements, the bidder's NFCC shall be verified to ensure that the bidders can sustain the operating cash flow of the transaction. Failure to submit any of the post-qualification requirements on time or if finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for award. We would also like to emphasize that as per the second and third section of this DO 9 series of 2012, which is the technical requirements for civil works project for public bidding, the certification under item 6 and 7 shall be included in the first envelope of the sealed bid. The bidder should specify in the submitted bid the location of the equipment where they can be inspected. If any piece of equipment is not in the specified location, then the bidder shall be disqualified. For construction of building and bridges, accredited project engineers shall be assigned by the contractors. So these are the published department orders on accreditation of DPWH contractors and consultant project engineers, provisional PEs and testimonial PEs. Please do check if nasa listahan yung mga project engineers nyo in order to avoid violation of 3-strike policy. So those contractors who plan to apply for accreditation for their personnel kindly refer to DO 118 series of 2024, which is the guidelines on accreditation and assignment of contractors and consultants project engineer. Shown are the minimum material testing equipment for medium contractors as per DO 11 series of 2017. Also shown are the minimum material testing equipment for small contractors as per DO 11 series of 2017. Pursuant to item 34.32 of the 2016 IRR of RA 9184, and to ensure that all DPWH projects are completed without delay, all BAC are hereby directed to strictly apply, among others, during conduct of post-qualification or award of contract, the following guidelines. During post-qualification, the BAC shall determine the bidder's compliance through the declared SLCC, the competence and experience of the bidder's key personnel, availability and commitment, and/or inspection and testing of the required capacity and operating conditions of major equipment units, performance of the bidder in its ongoing government and private contracts. If any of these ongoing contracts shown single contract with a negative slippage of at least 15%, 2 or more contract with a negative slippage of 10%, and or failure of the contractor to commence repair, works on an ongoing contract within 7 days and to complete them within 30 days after the receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and deficiencies. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on the contract with pending certificate of acceptance within 30 days and to complete the work within 90 days after the receipt of the procuring entities of the notice of defects and deficiency, substandard quality also, unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligation, and liquidity damages currently imposed by the contractor. And the result of the CPS contractor's performance, if the BAC verifies any of these deficiencies to be due to the contractor's fault or negligence, the agency shall disqualify the contractor from the award for the procurement of infrastructure project. As per DEO 28 series of 2024, which is a three-strike policy in the procurement of goods. Grounds A and B falls during receipt of bids, while ground C falls during eligibility screening, bid evaluation, and post-qualification. Withdrawal of bids, late submission of bids without valid reason, patently insufficient bid, and during post-qualification, participation in any bidding for infra project by the bidder whose ARCC or allowable range of contract cost as indicated in the PCAB license does not match with the specific requirements on the infra project being bid for in terms of category, classification, and size range. So if the bidder commits any of these three major offenses mentioned 3 times within a year, starting from the approval date of the resolution, recommending the imposition of strike 1, first warning, which is counted as D1 through day 365, and these 3 offenses are of similar or identical in nature, it will trigger the enforcement of the stipulated administrative penalty, which is the suspension from participating in all DPWH procurement activities and entering into contract with any DPWH procuring entity. Moreover, as per DEO 115 series of 2021, this is about your CFAs or the certificate of final acceptance. So please kindly settle this before the bidding.
For the awarding of contract, there between the lowest calculated responsive leader, the ICLB, the head of the procuring integration is due the notice of award and within 10 calendar days, the following document shall be submitted by the LCLB. First is the bidders confirming of the notice of award for a joint venture JV contractors pickup special JV license with JV performance security with motorized information, contractors all rates insurance for the value with notarized information, duly signed President's Federal with cover the video, duly signed equipment utilization schedule, duly signed manpower schedule, duly signed construction levels, duly signed basic management plan, updated tax clearance with tax AFS, notarized certification under oath stating that the contractor is free and clean of all tax liabilities. And the last but not the least, the duly signed construction safety and health program duly approved by the procuring entity. The performance security shall be in the amount less than the required percentage of the total price in accordance with the following features. First form is a pass or passer's manager check, which is 10% of the price. Second form is a bank draft guarantee or a letter of credit, which is 10% of the contract price. And the last form is a surety bond followed by a candy bond, which is 30% of the contract price. The performance security shall remain valid and the issuance of the procuring entities of the certificate of finance. And that would be all for the awarding of contract.
Thank you. Since all the contract data, eligibility requirements, technical and financial components, including award, are all discussed, the previous conference is now open for question and clarification from the participating bidders. Since there is no question and clarification from the participating leaders, may I request bank member Engineer Happy Ali for the adjournment of this previous conference. Since all the agenda items have been discussed, so I move for the adjournment. Conference. Thank you. With no further matters and the motion is duly seconded, this previous conference is adjourned. Thank you.